Hari Om. Let's start with the prayer. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanora Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We are analyzing the world. World is nothing but a Brahman. That means pure existent consciousness, and that which is essentially being Purnam is also Ananda Swarupam. In case if you think that the world is real or the Jagat is real, then we have three problems. One is that we are compromising the infinite nature of the self that I am. But self that I am, according to Vedanta, is infinite, because it's the nature of existence, and existence cannot be finite, because the existence has to be infinite. Because if it is finite, the other side of the existence also exists. Therefore, existence has to be limitless. And that which is limitless and that which is infinite cannot have anything internally of internal differences. Therefore, no objects that can be identified within the Atma. But if there is, it's only superficial, attributive appearances only. So the Jagat itself cannot be other than Atma, and it's only a superimposition as though on top of Atma. Atma itself appearing as many. And therefore, if you compromise that the Jagat is different or real, then you are the reality means we have Atma real and Jagat real, so both cannot be infinite, and therefore one is compromising the infinite nature of the Atma. And it is against this scriptural statement. That is the second aspect. And the scripture itself is due to the Ishvara. It's not a Paurushayam. It's not written by a human being, only collected by Veda Vyasa and put it in the book form. That which was there passed on by teacher to the taught and teacher to the taught. And therefore it's called Shruti, that you hear from your teacher, and that the original people also heard as though from the Lord himself. And therefore it's called the Ishvaravak. That is the word of the God, and that is what essentially Apaurushayam means. It's revealed to the people, revealed to the sages who are contemplating on that direction, and therefore if you say what scriptures is wrong, that means you are making the Ishvara as a liar. Therefore the wise people will not like it, and wise people are the people who understood the truth. If those who do not understand may negate it, but that's because of their foolishness only, not because of intelligence here. And we go into the next sloka, which is sloka 235. Here, in the Viveka Chudamani, here the Shankaracharya points out that it's not only in the Vedas, it is also stated in the Gita also. What was stated? What is only appearance but not really real. The world is only appearance on top of the adhishtanam, on the adharam that which supports everything, but only the appearance is only is nama rupam, is jagat. The world is only nama rupam. And where does it say? It says let's take the sloka 235. It says Ishvaro vastu tattvajño Ishvaro vastu tattvajño nachaham teshvavastitaha nachaham teshvavastitaha nachamastani bhutani nachamastani bhutani ityevameva vyachikatham ityevameva vyachikatham. So Ishvaraha Vastutatvajnaha. So one who knows the truth about the world and the Atma, one who knows the reality, and Vastu means here that which is the Brahman, one who has the knowledge, one who has essentially Sarvajnaha, that means he knows that from which the whole universe came and all that. He is called the Ishvaraha, he is Tatvajnaha, he knows the reality. So he said, Nachaham teshvavastitaha nachamastani bhutani iti evam vyachikatham. And he has said in the Gita So Ishvara means Lord Krishna says essentially Mayatadamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina mastani sarva bhutani, and that's what is being quoted here. Nada mastani sarva bhutani, and then Mayatadamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina mastani sarva bhutani nachaham teshu avastitaha. Aham nachas avastitaha na. Therefore, I do not undergo any modification. So the first statement is Mayatatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. I pervade this entire universe in an unmanifested form. Who is that? I stands for here the Atma. That means Paramatma. It says that which is supreme, and there is nothing beyond that. It says he himself says that I pervade the entire universe. That means they are universe in me, exist in me, and go back into me. All scriptures say that he is omnipresent, but what exactly omnipresent means, and they have not analyzed. It is essentially from which the whole universe came, by which it is sustained, into which it goes back, and that's what is omnipresence means. And here he says, Krishna explains that Mayatadam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina mastani sarva bhutani. All beings are in me. So even though I pervade in unmanifested form, all the manifestations are in me. In me means what? They are not really separate from me. The whole universe is not separate from me. They are only appearance of me only in different forms and names also. So why? Because nachaham teshavastitaha. But everybody is suffering. There is a date of birth and all that we are suffering. Is Lord Ishvara also is suffering because of that? Says no. Nachamastani bhutani. This Nachaham tesha avastitaha. Their avasthas, that means their states in which they are going through all the modifications, that means asti, jayate, vardate, uparanamate, all the 6 modifications of a jiva do not belong to me. It's only the superficial. So gold can say, Mayatadamidam sarvam jagat, all I am the ornaments, I pervade everything. I pervade in an unmanifested form, and all ornaments are in me, and their avasthas do not belong to me. That means ring may have problem, bangle may have problem, necklace may have problem. Ring may think I am only a ring and not a necklace, that is better than me. All those attributive properties of a ring versus bangle versus a necklace, all that only belongs to the only name, doesn't belong to the gold from which they came, by which it sustained, into which goes back. Because all the attributes of the ring and the bangle belong to only ring and a bangle and not to the gold. And that's exactly what nachaham tesha avastitaha. Their avasthas do not belong to me. And after stating that, in the very next loka, najamastani bhutani, says pasyami yogaishwaram. Oh Arjuna, see, they are not, all beings are in me. He made a first statement. In the next statement, Najamasthan Bhutini. In reality, there are no beings in me. That means I am pure, nothing but existent consciousness, infiniteness. There are no really ornaments in me. Gold can say, all ornaments I am in all ornaments in me, but in factually, there are no really ornaments. Because what I mean is it's only myself only, and Pasyami, look at my glory. I can exist in various names and forms without undergoing any modification whatsoever. I remain as a gold, but varieties and varieties of the rings and the bangles and the necklaces and bracelets, etc. are forming, and new things are coming also of various types of ornaments, but nothing will affect me. I am pure gold. I was gold, I am gold, and I will be gold. But all those names and forms and all are only attributive things, and they keep changing, and those changes not affect me as the gold. And that's what the statement of the Ishvara also in the Gita Upanishad, in the Gita Upadesasara, and his statement also become the asatyam if we neglect it. So essentially, what is upadi, what is the superimposition, and what is mithya? So whole world is nothing but mithya. That is a statement. So someone commented that scripture never used the word mithya, therefore it is only Advaitic creation. There is no word, scripture never say the world is mithya, it is real. We also say it is real, but for transactional purposes, but we also say there's a different degrees of reality, and therefore even though ring is real, we don't say ring is not there, because otherwise we cannot see. Ring is really real enough for me to see and to transact with it, but at the same time it's not really absolutely real, because ring can change into bangle or bangle can change, but what is more real is gold, which doesn't undergo any change. So one that is changeless entity in all the changing things is more real compared to the ring. So we accept the ring and the ring are real enough for us to experience, but we also say experience is not the basis for absolute reality. It's only relatively real but not absolutely real. And what you call a relatively real or lower reality, we call it as a mithya. So therefore, mithyatvam is being defined. What is mithya? And there are several different. It is sadasat vilakshanam. It is neither real nor unreal. That's how the Viveka Chudamani defined in terms of what is maya and what is mithya. It says the neither sat nor asat and neither two also, both sat and asat, and it is different from sat and asat. Says therefore it is that which is mithya. And in the Advaita Siddhi, Madhusudana defines he provides the 5 definitions of falsity, mithya, and here the one definition is pratipanno padau abhava pratyogitvam mithyatvam. Here it says pratipanna upadau abhava pratyogitvam mithyatvam. So what is mithya? Here is a definition using Navya Nyaya arguments here, because he is dismissing some of the objections raised by Advaitins in the Nyayamrutam, and this is Advaita Siddhi's response to the Nyayamrutam of Advaita, and all are using Navya Nyaya, and it's only a hair-splitting logic there, but some of the definitions are very good for us to understand. Essentially, pratipanna upadau abhava pratyogitvam mithyatvam. So what is pratipanna upadau? In the object that I am seeing, there is abhava pratyogitvam mithyatvam. Mithyatvam is that because there is no substantiality for the object that I am seeing. So here is a statement of what is mithya. Mithya means I am seeing, for example, a ring. Ring is upadi, an instrument where the gold is existing in that form. So ring we call it upadi, and in the upadi we say in the ring there is no ring substance there, and that's called mithya. Even though I am seeing a ring, there is no substantiality of the ringness in the ring. What is there is only gold. So it is pratipanna upadau, in the what is being seen as experience as the ring, there is abhava pratyogitvam mithyatvam. There is no the perception of the reality that which is supporting that. I cannot see the real, but that's not the one that you are seeing is not really real. It's only apparent on top of it. That's why it's called mithya. Mithya is, it's not absolutely real. Absolutely real is that which doesn't undergo any change. Trikala abhaditam satyam. And what is that I am observing is only finite things, and this is Naman and Rupam. I am only attributive content I am seeing, and therefore there is no object ring there, is no ringly substance there. It's only name I am giving as for this form as a ring. What is there is only gold there. Therefore pratipanna upadau abhava pratyogitvam mithyatvam. In the object that I say it is there is no substantiality of that object other than the Brahman. This is a very important statement, because we say there is a matter there. There is no validity of the matter itself is being questioned by the Vedanta itself. Why and how it can be? Even perception also, I am seeing the object there, but I am not really seeing the object. Oh, this is iron, this is a gold. I am seeing it. Iron is different, is shining, and the iron is dull. It is a cast iron maybe, and the other one is bright and brilliant. That is gold, and gold is different from iron. I am seeing it. Are we seeing gold or are we seeing iron really? So we have to investigate. We take it for granted as though it is correct. But what we are seeing is only the attributes of the gold, and in the form that is expressed, and the attributes of the ring in the form that is expressed there. So in the case of since it's coming from the gold, I see the gold luster, that's an attribute of the gold, and it's not an attribute of the iron, and iron has its own attribute, that is the dullness, which is looking at black. If it is stainless steel, it is that which is reflecting but not like a gold with a different color. All those are attributes only, but senses cannot gather the substantiality, and that's even from the science point also. Therefore, I do not really see an object as an object. What I am seeing is only attributive content, and getting carried away with the reality of the attributive content. In these the examples, gold is of course different from the iron, only because the only thing is electrons, protons. From there is no difference, but only gold, in the electrons, protons, or neutrons are packed differently in the gold compared to the electrons, protons, neutrons in the iron. That's all the difference is. If I repack it, one iron can become a gold, gold become an iron. All it is only if I have the capacity to repack. If I need enormous energy to remove the electrons and protons and separate and repack it, and that's what is the essentially people trying to do in terms of breaking the particles. Therefore, mithya is being defined as there is no substantiality of its own in any object. What is the substance is, from the scripture also, he himself became many. Therefore, he is the material cause. There is no real material otherwise, because the material, if there is something other than God to create a material, then we ask, where did he get the material? Then we ask, say, who created that material? If there is a separate material other than him, therefore the material also has to come from him, and the intelligent cause also comes from him, and therefore he is the abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. There is inseparable both the material cause as well as the intelligent cause, and therefore that alone is real and everything else is mithya. We don't call it asatyam. Asat is that which has no experience, that cannot be experienced. Since the world is experience, we call it mithya. Asat is, that is example is the Vanjya Putraha, the son of a barren woman. So illogical, because logical contradiction is there, therefore there cannot be a son of a barren woman, not only now, at any time. The other examples that Nyaya gives is like Akasha Pushpam and all that. So it's the flower of the sky. So we don't see, or no one has experienced, and horns of a hare is another example. That